Once every year, when the seasons all shift, reality thins and opens a rift. Broadcasts are received from alien places, parallel worlds, and horror-filled spaces. We gather them all for your listening pleasure, with spooks and with goofs, both in good measure. So hold on to your headphones, get ready to scream for the wonderful terror of Ahhtap Halloween. Oh, gosh, I got some pez stuck in my throat. Whedon beware, you're in for a scare.
Shivery timbers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ahhtap, our third cycle. Kind of. We're calling it Ahhtap 3 point something because technically, even though it was just one episode, we did have an Ahhtap 2 point something. I'm your boniest host, Thatcher Gulen Whedon.
And I'm Ian betting on the sport team.
Betting on the sport team.
And I'm your newest, most invisible semi-host, McKinley. Yeah.
It's my sister, the spookiest thing of all.
I know where you sleep.
That's right. We got a guest host for this inaugural episode of Ahhtap 3 point something. Don't worry, Isaac is fine.
For now.
Or is he?
We killed him.
He was a vampire in this canon, so it was really hard.
Oh yeah, we had to put this steak in him.
It's not that hard. You just gotta get some garlic, a wooden steak, a little holy water if you're feeling fancy.
Okay.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Fancy.
If right before they wake up, let's go. There you go. Anyway.
Yes.
He'll be like, blah.
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 Mysterious third person, my sister.
Yes.
McKinley. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are, and tell us what spooky spooker you are. Because this is Ahhtap. We're not regular flesh people. We're weird monsters. I'm a Skelebones.
We're all weird monsters.
We're all real monsters. All weird monsters. I'm a skeleton. Isaac isn't here right now, but he's a vampire. He's also a vampire in real life. And then Ian is a spooky pirate man.
Arg.
I don't really know what pirates have to do with, make-believe monsters, but okay.
Pirates never existed.
Anything
that tells you otherwise is a lie.
I would be a vampire, but that's apparently already taken. I'm kind of feeling a werewolf.
You could be a phantom.
Oh, phantom. Maybe it'll be... Yeah, I'll be like a ghost, a phantom-y ghost.
Okay, you'll be the phantom, phantom of the podcast.
What?
If we ever made our own Goosebumps, that would be one of the episodes. It would be the phantom of the podcast.
It would be such a modern episode.
It's like, Mom, there's something in my computer. It won't get
I was walking home from school. I was listening to the podcast, and then it fell out of the earbuds. The phantom.
It came out of the earbud. You just
I'm just imagining like the Phantom of the Opera song, but I don't know, retro or the the remix. You know how they do remixes of songs, and it's like
yeah.
Like if Daft Punk made the music for
yes,
Phantom Opera, Phantom Opera. Let's get into brass tacks. Ghosts and Ghoulies. We watched. That's right. Another episode of R.L. Stein's Goosebumps. Now, what episode did we watch today?
It'd be really awkward if we did not watch the same episode. I believe it was Say Cheese and Die, right?
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
It's so good.
That's also the one I watched, but I watched the reboot one first, and I was like, this kind of horrible, and then I found the other one, which was a lot better.
Wait, hold on a second. That actually made it in the reboot?
That was the first episode in the reboot.
What?
But it's kind of
No
like
way.
an overarching plot.
Oh, okay.
And there's too
Interesting.
much teen drama. I'm so over
Teen
that.
drama.
So last
Oh.
Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, there's some teen drama in this episode. Let's talk about Say
Yeah.
Cheese and Die.
Boo.
Say Cheese and Die was a Goosebump actually based off of a book. I think I read the book.
I
and
read
it was
the first couple chapters.
Yeah. As I recall, like it was a solid this was a solid spooky episode. I like the concept. I think the execution was decent for kids horror.
I agree. The concept is quite entertaining. But tell me, what is the concept? For those who don't know.
Yeah, we should probably stick to the format of the show where we go through the episode plot by plot. So Say Cheese and Die, unlike last year, my notes didn't delete themselves. So I actually have something to go off of.
Yay!
So Say Cheese and Die opens with three kids in the 90s doing what every kid in the 90s loved, looking at a chain link fence in the middle of the day.
I know that's my favorite pastime.
Uh-huh, and you're a child in the 90s.
Yep, 100%. See, I'm a ghost, so obviously I was a child in the
I
90s.
thought you were a phantom.
Well, aren't phantoms technically ghosts? Like, more
I
or
thought
less?
you were like Phantom of the Opera
To
Phantom.
the Google.
Potato potato, I don't know.
Okay. So
Okay.
the three kids are looking around in the middle of the day at an abandoned building, because that's what you do. I don't know why the kids are doing this, but they're also talking about a weird, creepy man who they've nicknamed Spidey.
Yeah. Door.
Isn't it because there's like a local legend about him where they're like, I heard he eats bats. No, I heard he eats rats or something like that.
I heard he ate cats.
It becomes Dr.
And he
Seuss all of a
also has
sudden.
really long legs, apparently. They're like,
Yes.
yeah, with those long legs.
And he's got hair like a spider.
Wait, what?
Dude, if you showed me a spider with that hair, I would be with those long gray locks.
That's kind of nasty, I gotta say. So he creeps out of an abandoned factory that these kids for some reason want to go inside of. I don't know why.
You know, classic kid vandalism things, 90s
Classic,
kid vandalism, you know?
They asked the great question, why would somebody live like this? To which I responded, the youth of Detroit, so oblivious to the way life works. Basically, the synopsis of this episode is three kids harass a homeless man.
And take his ancient camera.
There we go. Yeah, so they break in and they pick up the camera, which is such a interesting prop.
It looks like something out of Star Trek, genuinely.
I
Or like old Star Trek.
old Star Trek. I thought
Yeah,
I agree with that. I also feel like it looks like something from like a Tim Burton Batman movie.
it does.
Oh, yeah. It's like Bat Camera.
If it was like dyed black, like
Viewers at home, if you like imagined what a Bat Camera would look like a 60s Bat Camera, like that's what it looks like, basically. Just completely.
it looks like one of the sculptures from Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I love how like they identify it as a camera before they even use it. Like, oh, this is a weird looking camera.
Yeah.
Like, what made you think that was a camera?
Especially since, like, there's no place to put film, there's no place to, like, open it, so it's just like, oh yeah, this is
No.
totally a camera.
And it's
Yeah.
indestructible, so they couldn't even open it up if they tried.
So just like with any camera, they decide to take a picture with
Like
it.
you do.
And something spooky happens. So
Yeah, because he takes a picture of the friend on the stair, and then like a second later, he falls off the stair in a really funny manner, like the way he falls off. He's just like,
I had to rewatch that. It doesn't look like he falls off. It looks like he's just standing, and then like out of nowhere, he just.
It's like the next frame, he's literally mid-fall.
Just jump.
He's not even like leaning on the banister and it breaks. He's just like, time to fall.
Also, that kid has mad skills. He's just juggling the entire time.
Juggle boy.
Oh, yeah. That was hype.
Props.
Yeah. So Greg takes a picture of Juggle Boy. Juggle Boy falls off the stairs, and Spidey comes back, and he's like,
And then he walks forward and in the same spot, in the same way, he just falls off the stairs like, ah!
But that's how the kids escape. And when they get outside, they look at the photo that they took, and what was on the photo?
Him falling through the air.
Ah! My gooses have been bumped.
I'm shaking in me timbers. I guess that's what Ian should say.
Oh yeah. Wait, did I say that?
No, but you're a pirate, so you should say that.
My timbers be shaken.
There you go.
Arg.
I'll just go. Ooh.
That's how it sounds
Anyway.
to have my timbers shaken. Ooh.
Ooh.
But he notices the main character. I'm guessing his name's Greg because you said his name's Greg. Not that I remember. But he's like, wait a minute, you fell after I took the picture, because the picture was like him mid-fall, and that was
I
weird.
kind of think he needs to get better friends because, like, the entire time they're like, "You're crazy. What are you talking about?" Even though he had photographical evidence, it's like, "You're
Like,
weird."
dude, you literally fell after I took the picture.
Gaslight gatekeep. So wait, no, I want to say it. I got it out last year. I'm going to say it this year. Gaslight gatekeep goosebump.
Yeah.
Why did you say that originally?
I don't remember. It was something with the gruel.
Oh yeah, the gruel.
And it's gaslight gatekeep goosebump here, man. Get some better friends. So he's like, we gotta take the camera back. Or actually, no, he's not. He just takes the camera home with him. Spooky camera. He doesn't even leave it. He just takes it home with him. I have such a big problem with that.
Well, I mean, don't they say, like, why did you take the camera? He's like, I didn't know I had it on me, or something like that.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, they do, like, say that, and I guess he couldn't really give it back at that time because Spider was
like,
in
too
there,
late
and
now.
he's a stupid child that's terrified for his life. So, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
In some
They could've just
bizarre,
left it there.
strange way.
I don't know. So he goes home, and once again, the Goosebumps trend of the siblings of characters low-key being the best characters continues.
Yes!
Because he meets his older brother, who I've nicknamed Blonderick.
I literally wrote in my notes on here, like, I love his brother so much. It's so good.
I love him too.
Because he rides along the line of being like the classic 90s jerk brother, but he's not. He's like actually kind of cool, and it's so funny to me.
Like,
Yeah.
the brother's like, stop. I don't even remember what he calls him. The brother
Troll.
Troll.
Yeah, and he's like, stop calling me that. But it's like acting as if he's some jerky brother, but he's actually really cool. And he's like,
it's...
later when they're having dinner, he's like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah, this is really good chicken, Mom. It's veal. This is really good veal, Mom.
I kind of dig his family. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah. Actually, hold on a second. They are.
It subverts the plot of like the family being like the stupid, like inconsiderate, non-believing family. It's like the exact opposite of that almost, where it's like they're just kind of chilling,
Yeah. In fact, they have so much family fun together that Blonderick immediately asks Greg to take a photo of him.
Yeah, memories. He wants to remember them forever.
Remember him and his dad's sick new whip.
Yeah, very important.
Such a freaking cool car. It's a 95 Honda Accord.
Wait, was that actually it?
I think so. I don't know.
When I read the book years and years ago, I imagined it as a much cooler car.
Yep.
And then I watched this and I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
I also did not imagine the camera to look like something from the future or a sci-fi movie.
Me neither.
I just imagined it like a regular Polaroid camera. Not like the new ones, but like older ones. I don't know.
Also, Spidey followed Greg home.
Oh yeah, he's hiding behind the tree like a creep.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
But
I mean, you could take out the You go. Sorry.
I was just gonna bring up how he takes a picture of the car, and the car is like his brother's still standing in front of the car like he is like in real life, but the car just looks totaled in the picture.
Yes, spooky, which makes Greg go,
Oogie boogie.
Oogie woogie, the car's totaled in this picture.
like oogie woogie, Scoob.
Yes, that's definitely how 90s people spoke back then.
And his brother, being the coolest guy ever, is just like, oh, let me see the picture, man. And he's like, no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Also, Blondrick has a great line. He has a great line. Because he like barges into his brother's room, and his brother's like, "Don't you know how to knock?" And Blondrick says, "No, I haven't taken that class yet."
Also, he just comes in
Amazing.
to tell them that dinner's ready. Like,
Yeah.
bro, chill. I mean, yeah, it's polite to knock, but
This
brothers, get over it.
Greg has Goob Syndrome from Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah.
Does.
Yeah.
Or he's like the moody edge
They
master. He's like
hated me.
everybody. Yes. Hey, Goob, nice finder.
Hey, Goob, you want to hang out after
They all
school?
hated me.
Top tier movie right there.
So after dinner, the dad has a great suggestion.
Let's go for a ride.
Dun dun dun.
Like mid-dinner, they don't even clean up. It's like, oh, I hope you don't have a dog.
It's like, true, but it's like, oh, the son is terrified of going into the car. He's like, you should get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. And then the dad's like, I know what will make you feel better. Let's ride in the car.
The way he
Okay.
said it, I thought he was implying that the son drive the car, like the youngest son. The way he said it, for a
It
second,
did
I was
sound
like,
like
oh
that.
no.
Hopefully
For my
so.
next Goosebumps book, I posed the scariest situation of all.
A 15-year-old
What if an
driving a car.
That is terrifying.
It is.
I won't argue with that.
Nope. Reader beware. So they get in the car. The kid wants to show his mom the photo. And once again, there's so many great things in this episode, just timing wise, that makes me laugh. Because he takes out the photo and it's there for like 2 frames, and then immediately it flies out the window.
It's like when the kid falls off the balcony. Like literally
Yep.
no build-up, just whee! Bye!
Yep. The best part is it's in a car going 35 miles an hour with the windows rolled halfway down.
Remember, kids, don't ever stick your stuffed animals out the window or you might lose them.
Forever.
What?
They won't lose you.
Stuffies beware.
Stuffies beware, you're in for a scare. So, however, the whole car driving thing is not entirely uneventful because for some reason,
There's a semi that heads straight for them.
And it
But-
almost kills them. But then the
Almost.
son, what's his face, is like, oh, look out, Dad!
Also, I'm kind of like confused at that part because who was in the wrong lane? I feel like somebody was starting to
Yeah.
swerve over to the other lane, but the dad was not distracted. Like he was focusing
Yeah.
on that road the entire time, and it almost looked like the semi was heading like in their lane,
Yeah.
but the semi was honking at them. So I was just like, wait a second, who's
Get out of the way, I'm about to
hit.
hit you!
welcome to Judge Ahhtap, where we decide who's in the right and who's in the
Court's
wrong.
in session.
My verdict, spooky.
Wow, well, you can't argue with that.
No.
Maybe the truck wanted to swing by where the picture fell out and give it back to him.
Hey, you dropped the picture, you dirt kid.
You almost killed us!
So they go back home, and it's time for a barbecue.
Oh, that was weird.
Blondrick is double fisting corn on the cob.
I love that guy.
Everybody wants a big family photo, and they take a family photo, and then, oh no, they turn into bad clip art skeletons.
I
Oh!
was about to say.
See, the thing about that clip kind of threw me for a loop because I was like, it's the type of cinematic where I'm like, this isn't real. Like, this is like not actually happening. But also, it just seems like some weird 80s or 90s like camera effects where they're just trying to be different, and so it could be real.
Yeah.
And it really threw me off.
Yeah, especially because usually whenever you have that kind of setup, they're not like there's so many, it's almost like on the nose that it's too on the nose to me that it's like definitely just a dream, to the point where you're like, wait, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
There's
Like,
too
wait
much
a second.
music. Normally this is played straight before they reveal that it's like actually a dream.
Yeah.
And then the kid, what is his name? Greg? He was kind of like Danes in
Greg.
Red, like weird mid-air running, falling. I don't know. It was strange. Anyway.
I do have to say, I don't know. For me, I don't know why. I felt like the clip art skeleton is goofy, but at the same time, it's like slightly unsettling enough that it happened in real life that it feels like some sort of like analog horror thing.
Yeah.
Like in tonight's episode of the Mandela Catalog.
Skeleton picture. Ooh.
So he wakes up and he's like, ah! And then it's hard cut to him and Juggleman talking about the camera.
Where Juggleman's just gaslighting the crap out of him. Like, oh, you're just crazy, man.
He's
Gaslight, gatekeep, goosebump.
okay, let's see the picture then. And she's like, well, it flew out the window. Oh, that's convenient. Okay, buddy.
But then Joey Farris and Mickey Knox.
I was about to say, I wrote down their names. I think their names Joey Farris and Mickey Knox. Dude, look
really
out.
happy.
It's Joey Farris and Mickey Knox.
Oh man, not Joey Farris and Mickey. They sound like presidential candidates.
So who are you voting for this year?
I think I'll be voting for Farris.
Yeah, it's Farris and Knots, man. Also, the guys look like they're in their 20s.
Oh, yeah.
They've actually done like really well with like the child actors, like the main three, like the two guys, Juggler, Greg, and like the girl. But then everybody else, yeah.
Except for the brother. The brother's great. But yeah, everyone else.
Oh yeah, him too. So they steal the camera. The bullies steal the camera, and they're like, "Oh, take my picture, And then
He's
Greg
like, "No."
is like, "No." I was like, I'd be like, "Yeah, you take his picture. You do that, hon."
I mean, it's a decent experiment. Like, oh, let's see what happens when these jerks take the picture.
Yeah,
These troglodytes.
you obviously don't like them, and you're trying to convince your friend that you're not insane. So I mean, it seems like a win-win situation to me. But whatever.
But they pull some fancy footwork and they jump a fence conveniently into the backyard of a girl.
Just girl.
After they get the camera back.
And they totally just yeet it over the fence with no, concern.
You're right, they do. I mean, honestly, if it's an evil spooky camera, I feel like I would try to eat it too.
Yes, but I just want to say, like, this is like ties to something in later in the episode, but they throw it over the fence and nothing happens to it, and then they're shocked to find out later that it's not damaged when they throw it at the ground.
I just threw it over a fence, but this time I chucked it on the pavement.
Which was not that hard at all.
I know, yeah, I thought that was funny.
Oh gosh.
Okay, but they jump the fence and girl is like,
Oh, you guys could have just used the gate.
They're like, but that's not cool.
it's not.
Her bad acting gives off like creepy vibes to me. Anyway.
Oh, there's another part where that's true for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I think I'm thinking at the same time. Anyway.
But she's like, oh, take my picture, like the other guys. And it's like, for some reason, with the bullies, they're like, no, don't take it. But then with the girl, they're like, oh, fine, sure. Oh, jeez.
Wait a minute, hold on a
Okay.
second. Once again, worst friend group in all of Goosebumpery.
She seems kind of like a snob, so I don't blame them.
Maybe they really wanted to get rid of her the whole time. They were just like, yeah, take the picture.
That's the scary part about the movie. Not the camera. They're just trying to get rid of her.
Toxic friendship.
Yeah, the scary part is the bad friendship.
Kill the stupid girl with the camera.
But they take a picture, and what happens in the picture?
Gosh, Greg, you didn't even get me. You totally missed. I can't believe
I felt for him so hard when his response was like, it's the same tree. How could I have missed you?
It's the camera! But speaking of eerily spooky things, frickin' Blonderick shows up out of nowhere and is like, hey, Greg, our dad got in an accident.
Oh, yeah. Because the initial almost accident was a red herring.
Yes.
Okay, I just love the dad, because he's like, well, I'm pretty lucky. I'm still alive. Yeah, my leg is broken, but...
Broken leg, like you! I actually wrote in all caps in my notes, look, McKinley, it's you!
Oh, no.
Wait, is your leg broken?
That's right. I broke it up at camp this year playing Capture the Flag. My ankle broke.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had to get surgery. Yeah.
Oh, no.
She's now got a metal screw in her ankle.
Two. I have two metal screws.
Is it visible from the outside?
No, thank goodness. But there's a nasty scar.
Because I was going to say you look like Frankenstein. Ugh.
Frankenankle.
Well, that's
Anklenstein.
Frankenstein.
that I am sometimes referred to as Frankenstein by my brother, and then my dad has called me Tripod when I had my crutches. So.
Oh gosh, tripod. That's so mean. That sounds like something some 90s like bullies would call a kid in like a 90s TV show.
Yes.
That is 100% a joke in a Goosebumps episode. You cannot convince me otherwise.
In my latest Goosebumps book, Night of the Broken Ankle.
Hey, getting your ankle broken is terrifying. Anyway.
Reader beware.
Your ankle will be scared.
Reader bewankle.
You've broken your ankle. Ho, ho, ho. Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
So the 1995 Honda Accord meets its bitter end. And then for some reason, cops knock on Greg's door.
Oh, this is my favorite sequence. This is my favorite sequence of the whole show.
Talk about
That's
it.
right. That's right.
I think I wrote down what the cop says. Because they're at the door, and then they're talking about how the girl's gone missing. And I think Greg, he says something along the lines of like, oh, well, I thought she was at her house or something. And then the cop's like, well, she's not. She's missing. She's disappeared. With like the weirdest zoom-ins.
Yes, I love those. I wrote that down too. Just the continual like shot between Greg and then the cop's face with the sunglasses.
It looks like an angle from
Super
Kitchen
close.
Nightmares.
Yeah, they were really digging those sunglasses.
So funny.
And so those cops were like, dang, y'all need to take a chill pill. You just walk up to this girl's like friend's house. So you obviously know that they're friends. And you're like, yeah, this girl disappeared. Do you know where she is? And then every time he's trying to explain stuff, they're like, hurry up, just tell her. Well, what do you know? You better be telling the truth. Like,
What are you waiting for?
Chill.
Just say it.
Punk? Yeah.
You might not think that, he might be in social or not social, but like that, traumatized a little bit, Just
Yeah, his
just
friend's
thinking.
missing. He could lighten it up a little bit. I love how after he says that she's disappeared, Greg is like, I knew it. And then the cop's like, what do you mean you knew it?
Knew what,
Okay,
Greg?
yeah. That might not have been the best thing to say.
I half expected the sound effect from Kitchen Nightmares where it's like the to like play in the background. When he says like, what do you mean you knew it?
Tonight on Two Cops, good cop and sunglass cop interview some crazy kid.
Sunglass cop who can't just stop hogging the camera.
Sunglass cop who wears his sunglasses even at night.
Oh my gosh, it was night, wasn't it?
was evening. I forgot
I didn't think of that.
Pitch black sunglass cop.
He had to look cool at night, dude.
Well, he was wearing the sunglasses, and I kept zooming in, like, on the sunglasses, or maybe it was, like, the reflection in the sunglasses, but it reminded me of Spider and his goggles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
For a split second, I thought the same thing, and I was like, "Is this actually just the guy with the goggles?"
It's like, oh, okay. Incognito.
What if in the reflection it was Greg, but like behind Greg was Spider?
Dude, I was like, wait a second. Now I'm gonna go back and watch it. Probably not. That's probably too much thinking for a 90s TV show for children.
For Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I do wanna point out a meme. There's huge meme potential here. When the cop is like, show me the photo, and Greg is like, here's the photo, and she looks at it and she's like, what is this, some kind of joke? Like, I gotta make an edit of that and just like put something in the photo.
Yes. Or like, do you know the scene from The Office when Pam hands Michael the like 2 pictures and she's like, we need you to find all the differences in these pictures, and it's like,
It's
there's
the
the
same
same picture. And like people have taken that and like the memes with it.
Or we do like, we need you to find all the similarities between these pictures, and it's like the picture of the girl and like a picture without the girl, and it's Greg like, it's the tree, it's the same tree.
Yes.
That entire sequence with the cop is so funny to me. I don't know why.
So good. I love it. 10 out of 10. But nothing good lasts forever, and the cops pull away, leaving Spidey to continually lurk outside of this child's house.
I'm kind of surprised nobody has seen him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe somebody should call the cops for another reason, but whatever.
Yeah, I know, right?
But eventually, afterwards, he's talking to the gaslighter friend again on his porch.
Oh, yes.
I have a funny quote from that, too. Because I forget exactly what they start talking about in that conversation.
I think it's about the disappearance of their friend, but I could be wrong.
Well, it is. I'm just trying to remember exactly what they said, because he's like, it's the camera. I'm telling you.
It's like, why didn't you tell them about the picture?
Oh, yeah. I forgot he said that. But then his friend like totally bails on him when he needs his help to like.
Yeah,
because he's like, I gotta take the camera back to Spider.
Dude, he's like, oh, I have a lot of stuff I need to do for my dad. And the look he gives his friend is so real.
A whole lot of stuff.
Like, I've got a lot of stuff to do for my dad. Worst excuse ever. Sorry, I can't save somebody's life. I have to go dust the house.
I have to feed the pigs, do my homework. What does he say? Wash the car?
Slop the hogs. Yeah, something like that from Christmas Vacation. So Greg decides to go back in the middle of the night.
Like you do.
When originally they had gone to the place in the middle of the day. Why did you wait until the middle of the night, Greg?
Incognito.
But he gets to the spooky place, and there's a spooky surprise.
Oh, because we need to explain a detail from before he left to go to Tespookle place.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Test spooky place.
Oh, and that's when he throws the camera on the ground, too, in his rage.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, it didn't get destroyed.
I threw it on the ground.
He didn't even throw it that hard, too. It was so cheesy. It was like, and then, like, it's on the ground.
It's like in those ads where it's like they show the two brands, and like the off brand gets like destroyed when they like smash it with a hammer, but then the main brand is just like they give it a little love tap.
Hi, Billy Macy here for Spooky Cameras. Spooky camera lasts longer than regular cameras. Look at how many times I chuck this piece of junk into the ground.
It's like the type of thing where in the TV show, the camera is like incredibly sturdy, but in real life the prop is like incredibly breakable, so you have to like handle it with your utmost care. Okay, in this scene, you want to pretend like you're actually chucking this thing at the ground, but in reality, you can't let it go.
They have to pay an extra like 1,000 because they dropped the first one by accident and it just shatters into a million pieces.
I can't make this thing again.
I can't do it.
Prop master's just like curled up in the corner, just like never again.
I'm never working on Goosebumps ever again.
Oh, actually, okay, hold up. That sounds like a really cool idea for a show, like a horror TV show about making like a kid's horror show, but like spooky things happen in real life.
That gives them ideas for the horror show, maybe? Or just like...
Ooh.
Well, like, no, they're like shooting like a Goosebumps or something, but like as they do, like they take a picture with the camera and like it actually happens in real life in the fiction of the show.
Oh.
So they're like, okay, this is weird, this is messed up, but like people are like, nah, it's fine, cut it, print it, roll it, it's okay, we'll figure it out.
That's almost like just kind of an alternate version of Goosebumps, because it's like instead of the books like having the spooky stuff in them, it's like the scripts have spooky stuff in them, and then it happens in real life. It's like the Jack Black Goosebumps almost, but
yeah. So Sherry's back. She came back because they tore up the photo.
Yeah, there you go. That's the whole reason we backtracked there.
And then in her terrible acting chops, she's like, I was gone, and then I came back for some reason or something like that.
And I didn't even know where I went, and my parents think I did it on purpose. Like,
Her parents are really upset.
Maggie, you sound exactly like her.
She does. It's scary.
So good, because it's so bad.
So then I decided to like run away from my house again, and in the middle of the night, and help you deliver this back to the guy.
Oh yeah, because the kid, the gaslighter kid, told her, I guess, while Greg was going to Spider Place.
Did one good thing.
So they go inside of Spider Place, the abandoned building.
And Spidey's there. Arrgh.
Before they go in, the kid's like, I don't see Spider. I don't see him. Let's go. Like he's done like a whole bunch of, staking out and searching and stuff.
I've been here for 5 hours, working up the courage to go in. So yeah, so they go in, Spidey jumps in, and then he has a monologue about how, like, there are some tribes that are afraid of the camera.
The most disjointed, like, monologue ever, with, like, almost worse versions of the camera focus from, like, the cop scene at his door. Just, like...
They're afraid of the camera because they think it'll take their soul.
I forgot about that.
Oh, so what does he mean? Some tribes are afraid?
The tribes.
The tribes.
Yeah,
This camera What?
The tribe with the camera.
The camera tribe.
He's acting as if this camera has been around for thousands of years, even though he invented it, right?
Yeah, he did. I think he just means like cameras in general, like the cliche of like if you show it to like a
Classic villain brings up historical thing, like the guy with the Chinese, with like the fortune cookie from Iron Man 3, like the fortune cookies aren't Chinese.
Fortune cookies.
That makes sense.
Actually.
That makes sense. I'm tracking now. Okay.
He does drop a fantastic line, and I quote, "I discovered it not only predicted the future, it made it happen."
That bothered me so much.
That's how the future works!
I was like, what? I feel like it should be, it makes the future happen, so then it predicts the future, as opposed to the other way around. But
It's so bad!
yeah, either way, it doesn't really work.
When the girl asks him, like, "Did you invent it?" And he's like, "What? Do you think I've been always a wretched creature slurking about at night?" What? Do you think I've always been a wretched creature slinking around?
I feel like this guy could have handled his misfortune a lot better. What's forcing him to be recluse? Like, just if you're afraid of people taking the camera, just like lock it in a safe or something. I don't know, dude.
Or you could pull a Jim Carrey and become a superhero like The Mask.
Exactly.
The camera.
He's cameraman.
Cameraman.
Just shoot it. Like, just take pictures of all the criminals.
I'm the one they call Cuban Pete. Now give me a second while I wait for this film to develop. Boom chicky boom, choom chicky boom.
Somebody stop me.
I mean, to be fair, the line "smile for the camera" does sound like a cool one-liner that you would say.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Smile for the camera. And then he takes a picture and, I don't know, they disappear.
Photographers beware.
You're in for a scare. Spidey pulls the good old "you know too much" card and says the kids can't leave. Once again,
Creepy.
genuinely terrifying.
Then he tries to start like wrestling Greg or something, but then
Yeah. Greg's like, "We're not going to do that." And he just like jumps on him. Like, jeez, dude.
Well, before he does that, he's like, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, wait a second, are you sorry for, like, kidnapping them, or are you sorry for something else that you might potentially be doing to them? Like murder, I don't know.
I just thought about it.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
This entire episode is a subversion for me because there were like 2 or 3 things that were going to happen. I thought the brother was going to be a jerk, which he wasn't. I thought that the scene with the parents turning into skeletons was actually happening, which it wasn't. And then I thought that it was going to be one of those plots where the bad guy's actually like not a bad guy and he's like a good guy and he's just misunderstood. But that ended up being wrong too.
Kind of, yeah.
We must work together to destroy the camera. We must work together. But let's talk about Spidey's demise. Girl grabs the camera while they're struggling and shoots a photo of him, and he 90s digital effects into the ether.
Also, Chickapoo, I think she needs to take some, like, self-defense classes or something, because, oh no, my friend is, like, totally getting attacked right now. I'll take a picture of it. Does she believe him? Does she know?
Yeah, hold on a second. Does she know?
I don't think she knew that could happen.
Goof.
Oh, wait,
Goosebump.
Wait a minute, I have to rewatch that scene really quick now. Like, what happens?
Oh, wait, also, actually, hold on a second. Yeah, the guy just monologued the whole time and said, yes, the camera does the spooky things. So she probably picked it up from that.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's true. But why did it only suck up his soul and nobody else's, even though they've been taking pictures?
I think it was just... I don't know. It does something different every time.
It's Goosebumps.
You know, Blondrick made it out okay, and he had a picture taken of him.
Or maybe you have to take pictures of people a certain amount of times before it can, like, suck your soul into the camera.
There we go. Yeah, it's like...
And maybe he just experimented with it so much that, you know,
yeah,
it was his time.
His particles are unstable, so he gets sucked into the camera, stuck in the fisheye lens dimension, laying the groundwork for a sequel as he begs to be released.
Poor guy.
Looks like the Phantom Zone from Superman, but he's like stuck inside the lens, like ah.
And then the kids just leave.
Oh yeah, I don't believe for a second that kid didn't remember that the camera could do that, and that he just like accidentally left him in the camera to like die in the ether or whatever. I don't buy that for a second. He 100% knew.
But that's not the end of the episode. Because Joey Farris and Mickey Knotts come back.
Not gonna lie, when they first started walking downstairs, I thought this was like years in the future, where it was like the main kids like children or something, or like they were older. I don't know.
Like time skip, like the next generation of kids go in there. They're like, oh, what's this camera?
Not like 2 seconds later.
Goosebumps TNG. So I don't know why they were so like hell-bent on getting the camera too. They're like, finally, we got the camera. Now we can take a photo.
They thought they could hide it.
Like, just rob a pawn shop, you troglodytes.
Get your own camera, jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, ask your dad.
He just really wanted to be a photographer. He didn't know how else to manifest those feelings.
Stupid kids stopping me from achieving my hopes and dreams.
Secretly Star Trek nerds, and they thought it was from one of the episodes, so they wanted it. They didn't want anybody else to know.
I'm going to become a photographer, and I'm going to bully as many kids as I have to.
I'll bully 1,000 kids before I let you put this company in the ground. But they take a photo, and what happens? What happens?
Spider comes back. Which doesn't make sense, because aren't you supposed to be destroy the picture for them to come back from the camera dimension, right?
Well, it never released a picture.
It didn't. You're right.
No, it did. You saw the picture. You did. You did see it on the camera. Like, that's when it showed the camera with the picture sticking out.
But you saw it in the camera. But no, he was trapped in the...
Yeah, he's in the camera.
But
There's
the only
no
way
picture.
that the girl got out of the camera was when he destroyed her picture. So how did Spider get out of the camera when they didn't destroy his picture?
I didn't actually think she was in the picture. She just kind of... I don't know.
But she...
To be fair, she wasn't in the picture.
Well, no, she wasn't in the picture, but she was, like, trapped somewhere where she didn't know where she was. I assumed that was supposed to be the same place that Spider gets trapped in, like the camera dimension.
No. They don't see the photo. They don't see the photo. He just says, where'd he go? And then it's panned to the camera. I'm watching it right now.
It doesn't show
and he says, release me.
He's in the camera, right?
He's in the camera. It printed a photo, but he's in the camera. He's not on the photo.
Oh, I didn't see the photo.
Well, she wasn't in the photo either.
No.
I didn't think there was a photo. Well... Potato. I don't know. Anyway.
And that ends Goosebumps.
Wait, I just want to say real quick, the way he just kind of like right behind the two kids, like I don't know how to explain it, but he just kind of was like just towered over them, and
such a good scene.
Yeah.
I wrote Goober 1 takes a photo of Goober 2 releasing Spidey from the back like a WWE entrance.
Yes.
And that was Goosebumps.
Yay.
A very funny episode, I might add.
Very, very bumpy.
Very 90s.
How many bumps would you both give this episode? Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Before we do, I got a couple of extra things that I have to say. Did you know?
No, I didn't know.
Did you know?
That we have a Patreon?
In this episode, did you know that a big actor was in this episode?
A
Really?
big actor?
Mm-hmm.
They all look pretty small to me.
I'll give you a hint. He was in Barbie movie.
Keanu Reeves?
Oh. Wait.
Was it the older brother? I don't know.
Wait,
I haven't
is
seen the Barbie
Greg
movie.
supposed to be Ken?
Greg is Ryan Gosling.
Oh, wait, that's not Keanu Reeves. Why did I say Keanu Reeves? Ryan Gosling.
That's
really?
right. Greg is played by a 15-year-old Ryan Gosling.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's just
I
a
know, I
tiny little
love that
baby.
fact. He's just Ken. He's just Greg.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny. I thought that was fun. It has, yeah.
It's facts that people can grow in talents.
Yep. One day you're on Canadian horror kids TV. The next day you're just
in the
Ken.
Notebook and La La Land.
The next day, you're just Ken. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. I haven't actually seen that movie yet.
Me neither.
Same. I want to.
So, ghosts and ghouls, boys and ghouls. I guess I can't say boys anymore because one of us isn't a boy. So, what do y'all think of the Goosebumps movie? Goosebumps movie. What do y'all think of the Goosebumps? How many bumps? How many Goosebumps would you give this one?
I'd give it 8 geese and I'd give it 9 goose or nice 9 bumps out of 10.
9 bumps out of 10. Yeah, I feel like, gosh, for me it was weird because it came from beneath the kitchen sink, was bad, but I feel like I got more enjoyment out of it because it was so bad. This one was competent, which was weird. Because, like, it had a decent plot. It was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, no, I could see if you had a better budget, like, if this was written by like an author for adults, if this was geared towards adults, I could see this becoming like a solid episode of a horror anthology series. I could see like, you know, honestly, with smartphones, I feel like this could be like a Black Mirror episode or something.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've never watched Black Mirror. But, so I don't know. Maybe 3 out of 5 bumps.
Are we doing out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of however many you want.
I think I'm gonna give it like 6 out of 10 bumps, plus a goose because I'm feeling generous.
Okay.
Wow.
Plus a goose. Now here's the better question: would you put this above or below It Came from the Kitchen Sink?
I think I'd put it below. The kitchen sink one is very, like, it's something else. I think the highs of this episode can be pretty comparable to kitchen sink, but I wouldn't say it's that close, honestly.
I'd agree. Kitchen Sink just has so many more memorable moments. It's got Antonio Gruel. It's got the Tally Hall janitor. It's got so much good.
I haven't actually seen It Came from Under the Kitchen Sink, but I did listen to the podcast episode, so I think I would also put that one above Say Cheese and Die.
Alrighty, well, if we look to our Goosebumps tier list, currently it Came from Beneath the Kitchen Sink, and then right underneath it, it's Say Cheese and Die.
It's a very extensive and elaborate list. I can't wait to add more to it.
Me too. Well, I think that's just about all the time we have for this episode. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for listening to That's a Podcast. If you would like to stay up to date on the latest Ahhtap and OHTAP news, then follow us on our YouTube at OHTAP_podcast. If you want to stay not up to date on the latest OHTAP news, follow us on our Twitter at OHTAP_podcast. If you want to email us something, maybe a funny man or some cool fan art, then email us at othatpod@gmail.com.
And if you want to get some sick merch,
Merch!
go to the Redbubble.
At OTAP-store. If you want to buy a greeting card with Antonio Gruel on it saying Antonio Gruel sends his regards,
Yes.
send your friends Antonio Gruel's regards. Go to OTAP-store on our Redbubble. Once again, I want to say thank you to McKinley for joining us. She was a fantastic addition to the gang, to the Big Funny Squad.
Aw, shucks.
Almost makes me wish we could have another podcast where you, Mac, and I are just watching Goosebump episodes and talking about it.
Oh, goodness.
I feel like that'd be kind of funny.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. But it would be so lacking in that Isaac flavor.
Yeah.
Well, you should have thought of that before you made it permanent, but okay.
What?
Yeah, it's too bad he's dead.
What? Yeah.
Hold on, that's not right.
Did you mess up again, Thatcher? Oh my goodness.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a funny thing to close us out with. This is excerpts from an IMDb review of Say Cheese and Die. I loved Spidey. He was so bad and so romantically good looking. The best character by far, played by the late actor Richard McMillan. I am so in love with Spidey. I would have wanted more of him. A comeback. He was such a minor character. I wanted him more involved in this scene. I would have wanted this character to be better portrayed as the book portrayed him. There is so much scenes missing from the book to the television series. I would have wanted to see more of Spidey. I'm surprised nobody notices this character. He was such a vital phenomenon character.
It's called a TV show, hun. That's what they do. They cut out parts. Giving off stalker vibes here.
She's a bigger stalker than Spidey. Oh, jeez.
Funny.
Thanks everybody for listening. I almost said for watching.
Listeners beware, you're in for a scare. Dun, dun,
Remember
dun, dun,
to remember to believe, eat, leave, and achieve this year. And yeah, Ian, do it one more time. Play us out.
Listeners beware, you're in for a scare. Dun, 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 dun. Da-da-da.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Monsieur Troll, last call for dinner. Hey, is that picture ready yet?
It didn't turn out. Look, don't you know how to knock?
Nuh-uh. I haven't taken that class yet.